Hello, 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 hello. I'm back. Why again? What on the same day? Yes, that's because I received a gift in the mail from the lovely Everlong Mystic. And I'm glad that she made me aware because I was actually on the treadmill and she's like, it arrived. And I was like, oh, gotta go. So it's the In Dreams Oracle deck and guidebook. I'm also going to be using the Mystical Dream Tarot. We're just going to see what's up. I'm getting the cards all like, I separated it into 6 piles so that we can get some shuffleage. The gym, honestly, I didn't even get to work out that much because I had to go and pick up my package. And then the machine kept like, first it just quit, and then I accidentally pulled the emergency, whatever. And by the time all that was done, my mom was almost ready to go. So do what you must and come what may. Interesting. We'll see what's side. I literally just opened the deck. I've seen 2 cards, card number 1 and card number 41. I'm gonna give this a good shuffle, and then we'll see what is up. The Wisdom Teacher and Serpentia Soul at the cut. Interesting. I've been having some. Okay. Interesting dreams. Excuse me. The Ten of Wands and the Three of Wands now came out. This reminds me, I'm going to get to see the solar eclipse this year. I am going to make it happen. The Lord of Swords is at the bottom of that. King of Swords energy is very present lately. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I did not because I feel weird about letting people know that I'm going live. You know what I mean? Even my journey buddy, she was like, let me know if you go live tonight. I was like, okay. But also, like, I don't know, it's just weird to me to be like, oh, I'm live. You know what I mean? But did you? I will text her. I will let her know. I am live. Sweaty smile emoji. Oh, there she is. Okay. Thank you, Eve. Thank you, Eve. I already looked at the bottom. Oh. There's something interesting. And then the Wise Fox is under the Lord of Swords. There's something interesting with this here and this here. I don't know. I'm not sure. We're just gonna shuffle. Holly said hi. Drive safe. I had to drive my mom's car. She was like, I'm like, I know how to drive. I got my license. It'll be fine. She just got a new vehicle. And it's the kind that you have to like drive with your big toe. Because if you put a full foot on the gas, it'll like it's gone. All right. How are we gonna do this? I kind of want a little organization. I don't have a keyboard. It's all the way over there. I'll type it on my phone. I want a few cards. In dreams. I guess first we'll do a little introductory thing. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Notes. There we go. King of Swords. What is this? Oh, what was that? What is this? What is happening? King of Swords, fog. What's revealed? Seven of Swords. What's home like? What does this mean? I have this note because I was like, oh, the King of Swords has been popping out a lot lately. What? I have no clue. I have no clue. I am not going to Texas. I will be in Indiana to watch the eclipse. The best friend that just reached out to me on my birthday, I will be seeing it with her and her family and friends and like people I haven't seen probably since she got married and since school. So that'll be fun. Excuse me. Hey Tish, how are you doing today? How art thou on this lovely day? What, they doing new stuff? Tap to add title or select a folder, note save automatically. Oh, what is happening? What is happening? Why is there? I'm so confused. Notes is doing too much. So number one, oops, will be I don't know. The vibe. Two, good for slash. I feel like I can't do that with this deck. Let's just use it. So we'll have a central dream theme. We'll have character one. Character two. And a setting. The rest will go for it. But you've watched Hoosiers? I spent quite a bit of time in Indiana at school. I've never been to Alaska. Excuse me. I actually just met someone who had just come from Alaska, and he said that they got to like do the dog sled races and everything. I guess he said the Iditarod, or when he was there, they were preparing for the Iditarod. I was like, what? All right, so 4 cards. We got the central dream theme, character 1, character 2, and then the setting in which it takes place. Now, I literally don't know how these cards work, so we'll see what happens. I'll give it 3 more, a cut, and then we'll pull Central dream theme from the bottom, characters from the top, setting from the middle. Central dream theme is number 19. Now, some of these don't have words. Like this one. This is our central dream theme. Character 1 is number 12, which is this butterfly. Character 2 is number 17. I'm gonna have to put my intuiting cap on. And then the setting is number 5. This is the setting. Bottom of the deck is number 16. We can see a lady, a dog, and a flower. So the central dream theme, the general central dream theme, again, I'm not the best at planning always. But it feels like it's about things coming together in a way. Like it feels like whoever or whatever this is trying to merge with the other one through the heart. Like they're supposed to, it's like it touches and then it gets like sucked in. Now, character number 1 being this butterfly, we see the 2 wings around like the central body, right? So it's almost like this butterfly is these 2 as one, but then character 2, we see them almost as separate. I don't own the rights to that song. Let's read the book. Number 19, love to interact, water, feelings, emotions, show your feelings. Virtue is more to man than either water or fire. I have seen men die from treading on water and fire, but I have never seen a man die from treading the course of virtue. Confucius. Now, character 1 is renew. Earth, material world. You want change, renew your wardrobe. Failure does not mean I don't have the talent. It means I have to try it in a different way. On page 21, interestingly enough. And then the second character is love to interact. It's another love to interact, but this is the air external events. You might meet your soulmate. You know you're in love when you can't fall asleep because reality is finally better than your dreams. Dr. Seuss. What? I mean, I do love reality being better than dreams. As a Pisces who has to spend time awake, I would love that. You've never been to America? Excuse me. America is, I feel like, depending on where you go, your experience could be like completely different. It is big enough, and each state, and sometimes even each like different cities within the state, different areas within the same city, could give you like a completely different vibe. Ooh, I wanted to go to Scotland, but it didn't happen. It will happen someday. Look for harmony and balance. This is another air external events. All trouble passes away and the world shines with its true colors. Fall 7 times and stand up 8. This is the setting. There's something about these ribbons. Okay, well, it could give me like cherry pie or apple pie, but it's giving me, it's like Celtic nuts. Okay, this is. So it looks like air, fire, water, earth. There are different themes, and they have different elemental sort of modalities. 17 maybe, or maybe not actually. No, because this one is its own. Do what you must and come what may is actually the last card. So there are 10. 40 divided by 10. That's exciting. I've wanted to go to Ireland for a while too. Ever since I found out that I have Irish ancestry and then it was confirmed, I was like, what? Oh, so are the colors the elements? Because these are the same color. Ew, I messed it up. So we got water. I think that was earth. Water, air is like blue, water is green, earth is this yellow. So that means that this at the bottom of the deck should be earth as well. And it is earth, the material world. Okay. What am I doing? I want to get 3. 3 might be a lot. So let's go 2 for each of these. Two of Wands, and she's asleep in bed. Probably dreaming. The End Dreams Oracle deck and iBook. Let's see. The central dream theme, character 1, character 2 in the setting. So the central dream theme again is about things coming together. And it's like we see them together and then we see them apart. The setting is just like, again, because it's given me this Celtic knot type vibe, it's like the setting is the entirety of creation. I guess what's interesting is that even though the blue one, the green one, is leaning into the red one, not even though, because we see in similar colors, like this figure is here both times, right? But it's like it feels like the energy of the other one is different. Like it almost feels a little bit more like some kind of dependency in the central dream theme, and it seems more like admiration in the character. Love to interact, show your feelings. Virtue is more to man than either water or fire. You want change, renew your wardrobe. Oh, so the wardrobe has been renewed. The art is gorgeous. So even in, I guess they're kind of different. It's more of a orangish yellow than this like red. Woo! Eve was like, "You're a Pisces, right?" Like I am putting my Pisceanness to the test. But that's like what it feels like. We see them because then there's them as one and then them as individuals. I want to see this number 5 is the one I'm going to clarify the setting because it's so like um not nebulous. It's so unknowable. Or it's almost like it's so subtle or so behind the scenes or so interwoven. It's so in between spaces that it makes it hard to see. It has an energy of like there's context, there's what subtext, and then there's subcontext. I don't know if subcontext is a thing, but it's like to read between the lines, to read between the things between the lines is like this energy. And so it's almost like it's hard to see it through everything else that happens in front of it. The Master of Secrets is at the bottom of the deck when I stop shuffling. The Master of Secrets. And then at the cut again is that Two of Wands. So all right. This I will wait until something comes out because I don't want to force something. I think this is a card we've already seen. It's the Three of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the Ouroboros. See, what I like, or what's interesting about this Ouroboros is it takes us back to the beginning. Because if the Ouroboros is the snake that bites its own tail, this is the snake that hasn't yet lost its limbs. After the events that transpired in the Garden of Eden, the snake was cursed to slither on its belly. And even now, snakes have like pelvises. They have vestigial structures. And it's like, why do snakes have pelvises if they've never had legs? Glad to hear you made it home safe. Might have to phone a friend on this one. This is such like fusion Steven Universe, like garnet, ruby, and sapphire energy. But this is clarifying. So this is a card that came back out. And we see these two here. We see the giant in the forest and then the grounded beetle up in the tree. Let's see. Three of Wands. I see Two of Cups. Ace of Cups, Two of Cups. Love it. Pentacles. Oop, we skipped them. Swords, Cups, Wands. Three of Wands. Relationships are not what they seem. As the couple plan to enter the forest, they are greeted by another, a figure looming large and high above them. Its influence will affect their relationship. It can be positive where three meet in harmony, with each bringing wisdom to the company, yet it can be disturbing. Three can be a crowd resulting in confusion. High to the right-hand corner of the image, a scarab beetle awaits the arrival of the couple. The scarab is an ancient symbol of regeneration and was seen as a symbol of the power of renewal. This butterfly is renew, isn't it? Yeah, see, renew. Renew, number 12. And then here we have this power of renewal that the scarab symbolizes. The journey into the forest is an adventure into a new phase of life. There are many trees, hidden and seen figures, even a web through which one walks, as though there is an unseen veil at the entrance. Help or hindrance awaits. This is the unseen veil. Well, it's unseen veil type energy, but there's an entire being here that is hidden in the subcontext, hidden in between the things, in between the lines. I feel like I probably have to have like a plan because it's almost like too. I mean, maybe it isn't too nebulous. It's just like every now and then something like this will come out. I feel like at least back in the day was more so on the other channel. Like I could see for me personally, I could see I could see what this is. Unironically through Dream, I guess. But like collectively and generally, um, so it's almost like, let's say, so the setting takes place. I mean, it's one of those decks that like a lot of the cards don't have words, which is fine. I'm just like I'm adjusting. I feel like it's another stretch deck. I've had a few decks that like stretch me beyond um my current interaction with cards. And it's one of those that like encourages me to dig a little deeper, which I love. So maybe in like some time it'll be Right, is what Alex said. So, but this is, I think this is why. Like, if I'm reading this the way that I'm reading, like, there's a reason why it's so almost hard to get into. So, the setting for this, it's almost like the setting for the dream is the relationship. It's like there are these two individuals here. This is the central dream thing. It's these two individuals and they're coming together in some way. Our first character is those two individuals as one. Our second character is those two individuals as separate like as separate entities. And then the setting is all of this. It's like the things that bind them. And so it's like the setting for the dream is this almost three-way relationship because there's the relationship between the two people and then there's the relationship between the two people as a unit and them as a whole, but then there's also the relationship between like the whole and the individuals and all of that, like that stuff. And so, like, even in this card, like, this would be the two individuals as individuals. This would be them as a greater whole. And then here's the scarab beetle that awaits maybe the regeneration of this being when these two come together. Which is why I'm like, what is this? And I guess if we take it back to the Garden of Eden, who is this? The Lord of Cups is behind this. If we take it back to the Garden of Eden, it's almost like, so y'all remember, well, so I saw something somewhere where I guess in the original, and this is according to the internet, so I could be wrong. It could be wrong. But according to the original Hebrew text, Eve was made from half of Adam. So basically, God split Adam in half and created Eve from the other half instead of it just being like a rib or some dispensable, disposable part of Adam. It was half of Adam. And so if Lilith were Adam's original whatever, it's like Adam would have to reintegrate with Eve to become a whole being again before he could even be considered the other part of the pair of Adam and Lilith. Or if Adam's name was even Adam, like maybe Adam had a completely different name. Maybe God or the divine split a being into two. Adam came into existence at the same time that Eve did. And so that could also be this like, so now there's this dynamic between the two sides of Adam, in addition to the dynamic between Adam and Lilith. And on top of what Adam and Lilith like could have been together. And that would be like this original plan, very like as things were intended before people started peopling, and then we go down this whole other, because again the snake still has legs here. But I'm like, what is this? Your dad's name is Patrick? I think Ariel's husband's name is Patrick. But what was that card? Do what you must, come what may, or something. Do as you must, come what may. Like, I'm not gonna, but maybe it's just like, maybe it speaks to our potential, and it speaks to what we were created to, like who we were created to be and what we were created to do. And this could be our light and our dark. This could be our conscious and our subconscious. This could be our the self that we're aware of, and then the self that we're unaware of, or the self that we try to suppress. And when that internal conflict is resolved, we become this greater being. It's like there are things that we have to resolve within ourselves before we can meet the world fully, and then interact with the world in that non-fragmented, I guess, state. Let's see. Oh, that's a whole bunch. The Dreamer of Wands at the bottom of the deck. That's what, Finn and the Golden Fish or something. Shout out to Anamkara messages. I think there's an Anamkara card in that deck that Reem got recently. Excuse me. So we have the Lord of Cups with the Ten of Wands, the two cards that were at the bottom of the deck. These two were behind the Ouroboros at the bottom of the deck. And then we have the Lovers, the Four of Wands, and the Dream Protector. See, even in this Lovers card, they can't come fully together. Here's that, the creepy Lovers card. Even in that card, it's like there's something that keeps them separate from one another. This is giving me, this card right here for some reason is giving me Teen Titans Raven. When Raven's like psyche, I can't remember, like her dad came back and I can't remember why her psyche shattered, but her psyche, like, you got to see all these different parts of Raven and they wore different cloaks. So like the pink one was the happy one, and they were so shook because they'd never seen Raven like so expressively happy. And then one was like the sad one was the whatever one. So it's like all of these different parts of self that need come together here. And she's like, what, half of the way there? And so it's like half of her body can make contact with his. Whatever is unresolved within her, she can't like put against his body. And then we have this dream protector that's almost like holding something off or holding something back until she fully resolves whatever conflict within her and then is able to fully embrace him. And then we have the Lord of Cups with the Dream Protector. And just like look at, I don't know, this whole dynamic just seems different though. I had this thought earlier about inner and outer work. And it was mostly from what Mars conjunct Pluto, the Mars conjunct Pluto and Venus conjunct Pluto reads. Like there was some kind of, both Mars and Venus have inner and outer work. Mars more suited to and typically in the mode of doing outer work. Venus more suited to and typically in the mode of doing inner work. But it's like the dark and the light, or the light and the dark is Mars also has inner work and Venus also has outer work for them to be whole within self. And I mention that because of this. I don't know if this is like reemerged masculine energy that has done whatever internal stuff this is, the one that holds back, the one who is fully present, but who has to like not overwhelm whatever this feminine is. And maybe again, that just speaks to like, we can be really good at like manifesting things and we can be really good at like asking for things, but which sets the external into motion, but we still have to be able to receive it. And the more healthily we can receive it, the less like drama and issues there are when we have it, right? Then it doesn't have to be an internal questioning of like, why are you with me? Or this constant feeling of something like imposter syndrome where we don't feel like we're good enough for the very things that we've worked to receive or something like that. Look up this Dreamer of Wands. I guess I don't know what this is or where this is going. I don't know where this is going. The Dreamer of Wands is in complete harmony with above and below. She is in communion with the great dove of wisdom, shining light upon her crown, as well as in unity with the goldfish of the depths, deep within the unconscious. She urges us to affirm our vows of dedication to inner principles. She embraces all. She offers the stars of acceptance and charity of compassion towards others, regardless of beliefs, her gifts of unconditional hospitality. I probably read that weird. There were a lot of comments. She radiates the energy of the high priestess, dedicated to harmony and peace. Through her assistance, we can find attunement with planetary laws, flowing with the cycles, ruling with openness. She demonstrates creativity and is a visionary, often forging ahead into unexplored territories in thought and in action. She displays either the burst of enthusiasm and boundless energy of creating, or shines light within the dormancy of contemplation. She is a free spirit, a leader who is not bound to any one path, but is always open to the new. She takes her dreams and visions and runs with them to new places in thought and place. She is crowned by her soul's path, the rising dove, which is forever her light and her wings. It's forever, but like two words instead of one word. Her gaze is upon her true incarnational path, and as such is not thrown off balance by life. So she's giant woman energy to this giant man almost. Oof. She's solid. And then the Four of Swords is the Four of Swords and the Ten of Swords, which are the two cards of opened pathways for me. Or at least that's how they're shown. Oh, wait, she was over here. He was down here. It's like that internal harmony and stuff that she's in. That's what opens up something. Her incarnational path, crowned by her soul. So maybe like this is in progress because this card does feel like it's in motion. Like it feels like they are gathering under this, and she is like lowering her body onto his, and so they will press or touch. And at the moment their bodies touch, they merge into whatever this thingy might be. I don't know. Because even here, it's like there's no merging yet. Because, like, in my mind, I see it as like once they touch, like the one gets sucked into the other. Like, if you've ever seen like a magic bag where like there's a thing and it gets sucked into the bag. Excuse me, it gets sucked into the bag. It's like the fact that they meet or the fact that they've touched should set things in motion. Is that the third Shrek movie? or the fourth one. I think there were four Shrek movies. It's the one where I forget what happens, but Fiona takes the form of an ogre, like instead of her not ogre form, and Shrek has to like break a curse or something with True Love's kiss. Well, Shrek goes to kiss Fiona and nothing happens, and it's because Fiona doesn't love him. And this alternate telling of their tale, she doesn't know who Shrek is. His love for her was there, but she didn't even know him. Let's get one more of these. Let's see. It's funny that you mentioned a donkey outside because I was looking for birthday cards and there was a card with a donkey on it and I almost got it, but I didn't. Excuse me. I need to get sleep. I need to go to bed at a decent time. I was scrolling YouTube shorts yesterday. Okay, it fell out on top of our setting card. We got two cards, numbers 35 and 36, and I put these in six different piles. I like shuffled the deck into six different piles, then I shuffled them together. So I separated these two, and they came out together anyway. Now isn't 36 looking luxurious? And we see these roses, or we see this rose. We see her on her throne. Now 35 is looking like a fish. Oh, we see a lady and a fish. Kind of like this one, maybe. How there's a lady and a fish. Both of these are dream. We have the water dream and the earth dream. Good things will come when you stay positive. You are the creator of your own destiny. Is this one? This one. You are the creator of your own destiny. Good things will happen when you stay positive. And then talk about your dreams. The past cannot be changed. The future is yet in your power. This is more water and earth. There's no fire here. Water, air, and earth is all that's on the table. Excuse me. What? Now the dream carrier is at the bottom of the deck. Oh, I didn't even see you. We had a whole storyline down here. The Eight of Cups, the Spirit of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. So the Spirit of Cups was hidden behind the Eight of Cups. So it came out looking like this. But then when I went to go pick the cards up, I noticed. Oh, look, there's that butterfly. So, yeah. So, I don't know if this is part of the come what may energy, because this feels like, again, just like the spirit of, not the Spirit of Cups, the Dreamer of Cups, just like the Dreamer of Cups, this is her coming into her own. It's almost like, it's almost like, it reminds me of fusion in video games that have fusion, where it's like, let's say that, or it's like if you are cooking, if you're making a dish, right? You have your ingredients, and then you have the way that you combine ingredients, the way that you cook it, and then you have the dish. This is almost like if you use high quality ingredients. This is like a high, not, I mean, I guess kind of, if she is a part of a whole, but it's like this is her becoming a high quality ingredient, because the quality of the ingredients also affects the dish. It's not just having the right ingredients and following the directions the right way. I mean, that's a part of it. So it's this, and that's why I wanted to pull cards, because it's almost like, and it goes back to that, do what you wish, come what may. What was it? What did you say? Do what you must and come what may. And it's because what transpired has transpired. And it's almost like, um, because we are whole as individuals, it's almost like at the point of their separation, Adam and Eve became, independent of each other. Like when they were whole, they were dependent upon one another, because it was like literally one being. But after they split, they're independent. Now, what's interesting is this individual is courting this individual, but when she comes into her own whatever this is, she now more closely mirrors and reflects him. And it's not that they have to be the same. But again, it's almost that like, even if we were to receive everything that we wish for, everything that we're manifesting, we could be just like that person that wins the lottery and then after a few years they like lose it, they squander it. Um, because there's something internally that's still, or it's like there's maybe not a recognition that things have changed. It's hard to explain, but it's because I'm like, so if they individually become a higher quality ingredient, again, it's like if they individually become a higher quality ingredient, then the dish that is made is of even greater quality because there's always, or not always, it's one of those like better together than apart. But if they become even better and even better and even better separately, then the together is multiplied by magnitudes of whatever. And then these are the cards that came out, her going in the belly of that fish, having this deeply internal transformation, and then emerging like free. Which is completely different than like, well, this, it's like this is the outcome of this process. But she does it on her own, completely independent of this guy. And then we have the dream protector and the dream carrier, which is like emperor empress energy. And then we have this. I don't know why I thought using this deck. It's fine. So now here is here is her doing her thing on herself, or like that's her bigger self doing whatever, like bigger selves, right? This is her doing her whatever, or her bigger self doing it on her. And then this is him doing his own. Oh, Adam, the ATOM, and then ADAM. LOL. Even though that's like, yeah, that is an atom. Because this would be like the electrons going around the nucleus. And like they both have these, but hers is like, they're both doing what they need to do. Like independent of each other. And notice like it is the same color as these yellow pie crust looking things. It's that golden yellow. I feel like I haven't used it in a minute, but I guess because it's almost like to me it's making sense, but I'm not, like, I guess I'm expecting some kind of like, I've been reading this wrong, dramatic whatever, but it isn't happening. So I'm like, so we're just gonna keep going. I don't know what this is. Now maybe he's had the luxury of not necessarily being bound to another, or he's had the luxury of, yeah, it's almost like he's had the luxury of not being bound to another. And just in terms of, If we're talking about inner and outer work, then we're talking about like journeys. And there are some journeys that almost prioritize or that put upon a pedestal like two people coming together. And so it's almost like the individual worth is eclipsed by the coming together or whatever. And so, because she probably statistically saw it or was exposed to it more than he didn't have that same, not anchor, because again, like his work was his work and her work was her work. And, I guess according to the telling, like Eve was created from Adam, like Eve is a part of Adam instead of Eve being her own being. And so even there, it doesn't give Eve um, much of a whatever. I can't think of the word to like build herself, focus herself on herself, get to know herself. She's always like she's an extension of Adam. I don't know. Excuse me. So where does this 5 of Cups? This is 5 of Cups. It almost looks like an Ace of Cups. Spirit of Pentacles. We still don't have. Maybe I should just go looking for the first fire. The first fire card from the bottom of the deck. Which is interesting because like there are wands over here, 4 of Wands, 10 of Wands, Wands, Cups, and Pentacles. There's no air, no swords, more wands. So no fire in the oracle, no swords from the tarot. Let's see. I don't know what this is. All right, I'll give it one more. Thank you. Eight of Swords, 9 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This 9 of Pentacles was behind whatever cards I pulled from the bottom of the deck. I saw it. I think it was behind the Dream Carrier, maybe. Excuse me. I don't even know. I almost wonder if there wasn't a clean split all the way to the top. So then what's this card? The Six of Wands. But it's this butterfly. I feel like the butterfly gets like put into a bottle. Because I was like, but then what is this card? So it's almost like in the story of Adam and Eve, let's say that Adam and Eve together were meant to run like a foster home or something that um, nurtured brilliant minds. And that's what they were going to do together. But then for some reason, give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. Okay. So that's what they were going to do together. But for some reason, like they split. And when they split, it's like there's a clean split all the way up to their potential as a unit. And so now, after they split, Eve is on a path where she becomes like the world's greatest doctor. And Adam's on a path where he becomes some kind of pioneer when it comes to like agriculture or something like that. And so that like that thing that they were going to do together becomes like bottled. Now, with Eve being the world's greatest doctor and Adam being the world's greatest farmer, excuse me, if they were to come together after they achieve their individual, whatever's their new identity could be like, instead of the um, like foster care providers, the ones that foster the brilliant minds. And I guess it's interesting because The Orphan just came out recently. But like maybe they go to communities around the world that are affected by certain illnesses, ones that are cured naturally. And so if it's something that arises due to like the flora or fauna, probably more so the fauna than the flora, then it's like with their knowledge together, they teach people how to cultivate the crops that will then be able to cure that. You know what I mean? It's like as they've furthered individually, the combination of the two of them now is different than it would have been before. And that was at the Ouroboros. At the Ouroboros, it was one thing, but now it's something completely different. So there's something about this, something that evolves as we evolve, and it's part of that. Do what you must, come what may. it feels like. But maybe that's the beauty of creation, or the beauty of the design behind creation, is that it continues to change and evolve as we continue to change and evolve, and that our pathways, like, I guess we could always make the choice to go back to what they were or what we feel that they were in the beginning. But as we grow in experience, and as we grow in knowledge, and as our desires change by what we experience in life, it's almost like it's always possible for them to be fulfilled. And the road stretches ever forward. And again, like, it stretches ever forward in a way that it always has something to offer us, more so than like we never reach the destination and there's always going to be more work or whatever. Let's get one more of these. Maybe. There we go. Ooh, who is this? Number 21, the mirror to the number 12. Bottom of the deck is number 11. Now we got a different butterfly. And we got this lady. And then behind 11 is number 9, which is another butterfly. Is this seriously? And then behind that one is 41 again. Do what you must, come what may. Oh. There's something about this meeting rather than this attempt at an embrace. And again, that is behind these two butterflies, which are renewal. It looks like we have a renewal of water and a renewal of air. Is that fire? Well, I don't know if that has an element because it's like the only card. Let's see. Yeah, no, it doesn't have an element. Number 21 came out. I was like, oh, look at that. Look at her. Love it. She is conceive, create, implement. The air of conceive, create, implement. New creative opportunities come up. You will meet like minded people. Opportunities don't happen, you create them. And then we have the water of renew and the air of renew. No, still no fire. Look at the world with new perception. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. Mark Twain. And then the air of renew. A new beginning is just around the corner. Get ready for a change. Those who would like to be constant in happiness and wisdom must change often. Confucius. So look at the world with new perception. Get ready for a change. And opportunities, what did it say? New opportunities will come up. Opportunities don't happen, you create them. Cool. We got 3. We got renewing every element except for fire. And then we have this love to interact in two elements. Cool. We'll see. This will be one of those I gotta. And I guess that's interesting because that's something that I've been almost questioning in my own life, especially here recently, with all of these opportunities that pop up. And I was talking to one of my buddies, I'll just say because I've got so many best friends. I was talking to the one whose wedding I just went to um, about how last week ended, which was like this spicy season is like crazy. It's like wild and so unexpected on so many turns in some like very great ways and some other ways. And I was like, I feel like every time, I guess, long story short, I almost wonder if what I'm wanting is changing because of where I find myself in life. Like there are opportunities that present themselves almost because I am where I am. And there is a path that is very fulfilling. That I can tell will be very fulfilling. It won't be without challenge, but if it were without challenge, how much fulfillment would I get from it? But when that opportunity came up, or when I was made aware of potential opportunities, I was like, oh, like that's what I wanted to do. That was my original goal. But also at the same time, there was a part of me that didn't really know what I wanted to do for a long time, but I had like convenient answers. I was like, if someone asks me what I want to do, then I'll say this. And in order to live my life in a way where that is actually what I want to do, I will do this and I will do that and I will do these other things. Now, those things a part of me did want to do, but I was never necessarily like set on them. And so now it's like, while I do still think it would be cool, while I would still love to do that, I think my path has changed. And my path has changed by way of what I desire out of life. So, through the 3-3 portal in March 4th, March the 4th, 8 with you. All right. Well, I'll do the mystical. What is this? Yeah, the mystical dream tarot first. All right, mystical dream tarot. Ooh, final card. Thank you. Oh no, not. Oh, I'll take it. I accidentally pulled up a face down card. Oh look who's at the bottom of the deck. The wisdom teacher. Oof. There's me, the child. There's the wisdom teacher, life, and the divine. What's interesting is, even though it is the Seven of Cups, this scarab beetle has opened its wings. And there we see our couple. You know the scarab beetle that was perched up in the tree on the Three of Wands? The face down card is the Lord of Wands. This card is one of my favorite cards in this deck. When you see it, and if you know me, it's probably for obvious reasons. Also, it just like it used to come out all the gosh darn time. It's like Lord Ganesh with the airplane. See, this airplane is interesting because this is blocking them, right? Or it's at least separating them. And it may be something that they can't see or recognize each other across, but with a little elevation, like it doesn't stretch up infinitely. Bottom of the deck. Oh, yeah, it's the wisdom teacher. We already saw that. Really? Wait, didn't you already have an anniversary? I guess I'm asking because I feel like I remember being, I feel like I remember maybe at least stopping by potentially. Am I going to read these? Sure, why not? Seven of Cups. This is a card of dreamers and lovers, of unrealistic expectations, of a fantasy of love that cannot be matched by reality. The lover born of make believe is unattainable, yet sought by the romantic who cannot see the unreality of the vision. The fantasy lover dwells beyond the towering skyscrapers. The vision is as elusive as the barely visible clouds that drift in the heavens. Sadly, like the clouds, the only way this love shall come to earth is in a shower of tears or the crashing destruction of a thunderbolt. For the cloud of unknowing will eventually collapse, leaving the romantic with nothing but the deflated dream in the pool of tears. This is the impossible dream of the escapist, who may tenaciously hold on to it. The dream is one of eternal love, matching the gods of ancient mythology. The scarab holds the dream, which is seen reaching the realm of heaven. If this vision turns away from the unrealistic fantasy of the impossible, it can birth a love that manifests compassionate acts. Devotion to an idea can create the opportunity of a partnership in altruistic endeavors, where the drive shall yield good acts. Once they awaken to reality, the seeker can move beyond the illusions and thus direct their drive and passion towards good works. But that is paired with this Lord of Wands energy that says maybe it isn't impossible. The elephant is a huge animal, yet one who is well beloved as the guardian of the way. With his presence, he can block the movement towards that which is undesirable, while his huge form easily forges the desirable path through a heavily blocked forest. Given the name Ganesh in the Hindu tradition, he is the one who makes way. He is a protector of the temple door, as well as the portal of the home. His presence points to a seeker who displays power to move towards an exciting burst of new activity. As Ganesh remains near to his roots, his ancestral beliefs, which may or may not impede his advance towards new understanding. No. Towards new understanding. So does the seeker carry the seeds of their roots with them as they seek new relationships and new careers. Their path is not far from their spiritual ideas and ancestral roots as they keep the door open to all possibilities. They are honest and trustworthy. They cut through illusions with the sharpness of the scythe in order to access the true path. Ganesh, the elephant deity, opener of the ways, presents the vehicle of movement, the red airplane ready to fly. All rest upon ancient symbols and the serpent of inner wisdom. Hiding very small to one corner is a tiny mouse. He, like Ganesh, demonstrates that there is always a way through what appears impenetrable. Cool, love it. And then the wisdom teacher is at the bottom of the deck. Now, the majors get like longer things, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. The wisdom teacher is a solitary hermit living in the depths, yet moving between the worlds as a psychopomp, a guide who rises in consciousness to teach the mysteries. He freely shares the wisdom of the unconscious, the gifts of the hidden, with the dedicated seeker. He is master of the inner truths, for he has intimate knowledge of them, living and embodying the mysteries. Deeply connected to inner wisdom, he sees beyond the vacillating illusions of Vacillating, sorry. He sees beyond the vacillating. I was like, facilitating. The vacillating illusions of waking reality. He is a visionary looking into the depths of any issue to see beyond the surface reality, into the core of its origin. See, this is the one that, you know how I was talking about that energy of whatever was that, the energy of the setting felt like it was like between the things, between the lines. And the wisdom teacher, I'm pretty sure, was like at what, the bottom of the deck or something. I mentioned the wisdom teacher before I even started pulling cards. The wisdom teacher would be the one who was able to perceive that. Oof. Oh, you played 3 months in chicken. Yeah, I remember. And now we get all of those wonderful things. I may go back and do the pick an adventure one again. I wonder if I would end up at the same point or if I would go somewhere different. You know what I mean? I was like, oh my gosh. And it kept going. I was like, that is dedication. We have the 10 of Cups on this other half of the deck. Cool. Love it. All right. All right. In dreams. Oh, okay. Oh gosh. The deck said, no, I'm not done. We have number 9 again, which is the renew of air. We have number 16, which is the something of earth. She was at the bottom of the deck. And inside the deck, flipped over number 8, which is another earth card. It's this lady. These are the 3 cards that came out. I'm only looking for 1 card. Yeah, I did too. There are quite a few. Well, not too many, but all right. Number 40. Bottom of the deck is number 23. Oof. Well, I'm not going to show this card for very long, but we have a musician, and she looks like she's in the water element. This is either water or air. Air is like blue, water is like a green, and I can't tell. Still no fire. This is the card that came out. This is the one at the bottom of the deck. Oh, snap. Grow and learn, Earth. Evolve, learn something new, take a master class. Have no fear of perfection, you'll never reach it. Salvador Dali. Bottom of the deck was number 23. 23 is the water of conceive, create, implement. Don't be afraid to be funny. Give way to your emotions. It's time to be yourself. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Steve Jobs. Have no fear of perfection, and your time is limited. See, because I see these two coming together. Like, there's this space behind the two of them, but then there's also, it's almost like that optical illusion, but you get to see all 3 faces at the same time because it's colored in. And then it's like, are they holding hands or is this just going like that? You know what I mean? Either way, it says ball. They're hogging up the fire. Okay, well, still no fire. We see that fish. Le fishy, fishy, fish. I'm like, wow. Excuse me. So there we go. This is a deck that I definitely got to be on my tippy toes for. Or maybe it's just one that like goes there. You know what I mean? Sometimes things do kind of go there. And maybe that's a thing about the idea of making mistakes in general, or that's the thing about regrets. Like it's easy to look back on our lives and to pick a particular situation or three and to go like, oh, if I would have done this differently, if I would have kept doing that, if I never would have did this, then my life would be whatever. But we don't know what our life would be because that's not the life that we've lived. And even still, there are pathways to greatness. There are opportunities that are still present. It may become something that it wasn't before, but it's like there's no diminishing, I guess. And that's the beauty of it. What did it say? Do what you must and come what may. So there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Thanks, E, for the deck. I will do my best. I feel like there's something else I've gotten from you, right? Mystical Dream Tarot in Dreams. Or maybe not. Maybe not yet. I don't know. Stay tuned. I heard that there may be something else on its way. I don't know. It's fine. I can always get into it later. Right, right. Okay, so excuse me. I guess that's it. I hope you all have an amazing whatever whenever you see this. I hope you're acting in alignment to make all that you wish to experience your reality. I hope that whatever you need along your path journey where you find. And until next time, yeah. Thanks for stopping by. See ya later.